welcome back to our channel.
So today we're going to do a little bit of story time with 3 different stories from our teenage years when we actually went out and did things.
Which were very dumb and stupid things to do, which you all should not copy from us.
Yeah, but I mean it was fun, but yeah, don't do it.
Yeah, so we're just going to tell you little dumb stories that got us, well, one of them got us into shit, and then the other 2 were just like dumb things that we did when we were teenagers. So
Enjoy.
I feel like we shouldn't say where it was, like we shouldn't say...
Okay, that's fair.
Because then it's like less incriminating.
Okay. So this story is called Haunted Mental Institution. Found out about this place that everyone was going to, and it's like this mental institution. There's like a new one and then an old abandoned one, like on the same grounds. And everyone from school kept like going there and breaking in the stuff, so we're like, okay, we'll do that. We're fun.
Everyone was saying it was like haunted and stuff, and then it was like super freaky and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when we finally got in the second time...
Yeah, because we went twice. The first time we couldn't get in, but the second time we did. Because apparently they said that they'd left a hole in the fence, but obviously people had found it and like secured it, so we didn't have a way in. And then the second time we went, we pulled our own.
So the first time we went with 3 other guys, and so we had to park on the side of the road because there's like a big long road leading up to both of the mental institutions. One's the abandoned one, and then up on the hill.
And it's kind of near a golf course as well. And there were just kangaroos everywhere. I was like, wow, this is so stereotypical Australia.
So we all were like trying to be super quiet, walking up to like the thing.
We see a big sign saying, if you break in, you'll be fined up to $10,000. And we're like,
we were like, should we do it?
Yeah, we'll do it.
We did.
We did. Twice.
There was like a shack out front of the abandoned one.
So bad. It looked like it used to be like a guard like entry and exit thing.
Yeah, because I remember it at first because we thought someone was like there on the ground, so before we like went and actually looked at the thing, we like hid. Wow, that's rude. We thought that someone was coming, so we hid in like the shack thing, and then we were also scared, and then one of the guys was like, no, okay, let's just go up. And I remember I was super scared the first time like going up because I like sort of believe in like supernatural.
Yeah, same.
things.
And it was just so creepy. Like there was the big fucking building there. It looked so dodgy, and then there was like this forest over there. And then we were trying to get in, and then obviously for some reason when we went, it was the time that all the workers or visitors were leaving. So every time the cars, there was like a corner from the road from the new one that's actually used, they were driving around the corner so the headlights would shine across the grass. But we didn't know that. We thought it was a security guard with a torch.
Yeah.
And we were like shitting ourselves, so we ran into the forest, and there was like this huge cliff like looking at a lake, and we're just like...
That was actually very dangerous because we were like sitting on the edge of the cliff.
Yeah, because we wanted to get down as far as possible so they wouldn't find us, and we were like convinced there was some security guard like looking for us. Even though we were being like so quiet, like there's no way they would have known.
And then we tried, because 2 of the guys went to look and they were like, it's fine. And then we tried to walk like across this grass bit to get to the road to where our cars were.
Yeah.
And we kept seeing the lights and we kept thinking it was security guards. So we kept like ducking down onto the grass.
It was like flat grass as well. So cars were coming around, and even once we realised it was cars, we didn't want to get caught. So every time we saw one coming around, we just would like get down and lie flat on the grass. And it was like they would have seen us. They would have just seen 5 fucking teenagers just like drop down. The second time we went to good old Bunnings. We love you. And the guy we were with was like, what's your best, like, what are your best set of bolt cutters? And then like...
Yeah, he literally like...
asked
we went
for
to
recommendation.
And he walked up to the lady and he was like, what is your best set of bolt cutters? Oh, there was like a name for it.
Yes, it was like a
specific name for like the cutters that he was looking for. And he went to ask the lady, And then it's just like 3 teenagers walking up to the thing buying bolt cutters.
And then
Like-
we went with a different one, and I drove this time, and I was in such a bad mood because I hate driving. It was like I had to go through the city to get there, and then my GPS kept fucking up, and then I kept going. I went through like 4 tolls, and then I was so busy looking at my GPS because I didn't know where to go because it kept changing routes like every 2 seconds, and then I ran a red light. And the guys in the back
as well.
There was no one there. It was really late. Okay, it's fine. But the 2 guys in the back were like, oh, you're so dumb. Like, what the fuck? Why did you run a red light? And just making fun of me. And eventually, I just like lost my shit. And I was like, shut the
She was
fuck up.
screaming in the car, like, shut up, everyone, and like, oh.
It was
Just
really
getting
awkward
heated.
after that. But
Yeah.
I was really fucking angry. It was just so quiet for the rest of the ride. And then as they were cutting, we're like, we need someone to stand watch to make sure no one comes. So I'm like, I'll go. So I could just like stand by myself.
But yeah, we basically did the same thing, except this time we brought bolt cutters. And it took ages to actually cut through the thing, but then we finally got in, and it was basically just like rubble inside, like just like a broken building
And the
inside.
guys we were with said we were trying to show off just because we weren't being pussies. Like there were beams and shit on the second level. And we were like walking across them and they're like, oh my god, you guys are just showing off to look cool. And we're like, bitch, we're just not being pussies. We came here for a reason.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Why would
you know.
we be like showing off by
I didn't
having a look around?
Exactly.
Like, but anyway, that was our story about breaking into an abandoned asylum. Not much to it, but it wasn't that exciting.
It was creepy the first time because like I think all the adrenaline
Yeah.
of getting caught, but then like it did look really fucking creepy and I was getting like really bad vibes.
Yeah.
But then the second time, like once we were actually in, I was just like, oh.
The second time, I was getting more bad vibes from like the actual real asylum, like up on the top of the hill, because they kept being like, oh, what if someone like broke out
Oh
and
my
like
God,
came
yes.
back to like the old one? And I was
Yeah, like what if they're just running around the grounds and we're
Gosh.
just like, oh my fucking god, why are we...
Okay,
So
we
that's-
have another story for you guys, which is the time we got
Tattoos.
matching tattoos at our friend's house,
Well,
lying
friend
on the
of a
floor.
friend.
Yeah, a friend of a friend's house after the last day of proper school.
Okay, 12, yeah.
Yes, so after our exams, because her house is just like walking distance from our school, so we just walked to her house and then
Because she got a tattoo kit from eBay a while ago. And she gave herself like 3 tattoos that were actually pretty decent. Then she gave our friend a tattoo
yeah.
and that looked really cool. So we're like, oh my god, let's just do it. Like, let's get matching ones. But then, like, she was in a rush because, like, we did it at her house, but, like, it had to be before her dad came home.
And her dad came home in 30 minutes, like after we'd arrived.
Yeah.
So
And then I was so scared because I have, like, the worst pain tolerance in the world. And I think I went first.
yeah,
Because I was like, I don't want to see you
yeah.
doing it. And then I would just, like, freak myself out.
And we were lying on the kitchen floor on our sides, and then we were like holding each other's hands. And hers really, really hurt. And then mine, it was just like tickling.
Yours is in a different area though. Mine was like right on the bone of my hip,
yeah.
and yours is like a bit further back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we got a sun and a moon. I got the sun, she got the moon, but now they look shit.
Mine looks like a banana,
It
and
really
hers
does.
looks like a biscuit with like little squiggles around
Yeah,
it.
pretty much. Like it's just so faded
Yeah.
and everything. And I remember like Aftercare was putting like pawpaw ointment on it. And then cling wrap around, and because it was on our hips, it was just like all around our waist, and then it was just like,
And
I went to see my mum, and I was trying not to make the cling wrap make any noise. I was like, please don't.
Because I got picked up after, and like I could feel the cling wrap like squeaking and
Yeah.
like making sounds, and I was like,
And
oh
I was
my
like,
gosh.
what, if my mum asked me, I don't know what to say. My mum still doesn't, well, she does.
I feel like she does.
Yeah, because she didn't know until like maybe 5-6 months ago. I asked her to put some tan on my back. And then she just saw it, she's like, what the fuck is that? I was like, I just drew it on with pen. Like, what do you mean? And she was like, so if I check it tomorrow, it's not going to be there. And I was like, no. and then she just never checked. So
Just told her.
I know, but she would have gotten angry at me. So we are gonna do when I have money, because I currently don't have a job. Love that for me. When we have money, we're gonna like get it covered up. Maybe with the same, I don't know if we're gonna do the same thing like Sun and Moon or something different, but we'll vlog it. And then our third and final story is being detained by the police at Braggy Island in the middle of the night.
We love being detained at the beach. At what time was it?
I
It
don't
was
even
like
know.
so late at
It's probably
night.
like between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. We got a little bit, you know.
We were at the beach with these two guys, and then we were just chilling, hanging out, doing teenager stuff. We were leaving to go back to the car. We got into the car and we realized that there was another car facing opposite our car in like the shadows of the street.
I didn't notice,
And
but
I noticed. And as soon as we started driving, that car turned on its lights and its police sirens went off.
because it was where we were was right next to a hotel, and we were just being really loud and like laughing and stuff.
Yeah.
So obviously someone just like called them. I didn't even notice. It was just like
Yeah, Indy was just chilling, and then
everyone was freaking
me
out.
and like the other guys were like, "Oh fuck!" And then we
I
were
was like, oh, cool. So they threw our stuff
out
out
the
of the
window
window.
before they saw anything, and then
the police came up and asked. They kept
and
asking us if
immediately, they were like, "Are you girls okay?" And like shining the torch in the back and like making sure that we were okay. And
because
kept
they thought we
asking.
were like in a fucking sex drug ring or
Yeah.
some shit. I don't know, but yeah. And then they asked us all to get out of the car. So our friend who was driving, who was also rather intoxicated by that point, turned the car while he was trying to turn the car off, and then the police literally had to remind him to pull the handbrake up.
Yeah.
So that wasn't good. And then they searched the car, and then the guys we were with were being such dicks to the police, and it was making it so much worse. Like they were doing, because there were two men, like male police, so they couldn't search us, but they were searching the guys. And then when they did it to one of them, he's like, "Don't touch my dick! Don't touch my dick!"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Bitch, we are already in trouble."
It was funny at the time.
It was not funny to me. I was so stressed.
I was laughing, but it's
No.
fine. And then
It's
they let us go to the toilet at one point because
not
we were
for
there
ages
so
though,
long.
because we were freaking out so much, like we were about to have a fucking panic attack, and we wanted to go to the toilet, and they said no. But then after like half an hour, they let us go. But they're like, "Don't run off." And I was like, "Well, where are we going to fucking run to for starters? We don't live
I mean,
here."
we could have,
Yeah, but where would we have gone?
but
don't
then we
live
would
there.
have left the other guy by himself because they were still searching the other guy when they let us go to the toilet. But at one point, the guy policeman asked us to, well, Indy and I, to empty our pockets or like check our pockets. And then I just remember, like, I didn't even mean this as like a sly comment or anything. I was just like trying to make a joke.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Nothing but sand." And then he like got so serious and he was like, "Nothing but sand, are you sure?" And
He
I was
like, "Just sand, I'm
"It's
sorry."
just sand, fuck."
But yeah, and then eventually they found like the tiniest little bit
Of
Of it.
something.
that was literally all they found. Like they didn't find anything because they chopped it out, but it was just like the remainder of the last one we had.
Yeah.
And then they just said, "Oh, go to this rehabilitation thing for a day in March, and if you don't, then we're going to take you to court." But it was just
But
the
it-
driver,
yeah.
it wasn't us, so
Yeah.
I was fine. But I was pretty shook up. But then, like, they wouldn't let us drive home, obviously. Like, we shouldn't have really gotten in the car in the first place because he was, like, really
Yeah.
intoxicated. So I decided it would be a good idea to call my dad, and
Instead
he
of
got
getting Uber.
really mad. I don't think
Actually,
Ubers were
maybe-
even a thing.
Yeah, they weren't.
But taxis would have been really expensive. But anyway, so yeah, it was like middle of the night by that time. My dad like answered, and I don't know why. Like if he was that angry, he should have just said no. But he came. But I made Lindsay sit in the front because I was really
Yeah.
nervous. Okay, guys, so that's all of our stories for today. I hope you enjoyed them. I mean, they're not like super crazy, but I thought like they'd be entertaining and
Yeah.
just get a little glimpse into the stupid shit that we've done.
In the comments, like, if you like these story times and if you want to hear more, because we have heaps more dumb, stupid things that we did when we were teenagers.
We're just trying to keep it as PG as we can.
Yeah.
It's so hard to think of things like that we can actually say on camera.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Stay tuned for more. Like, subscribe, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment below.
Yeah, so there's going to be heaps more coming of us just being dickheads, basically. So yeah, that should be fun. All right, see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.